Hello, and welcome to our instructional video on how to complete your Camp Rising Sun or the Ethical Leadership Experience application. We're very excited that you are interested in our programs, and this video will take you through the application process step by step so that you can submit your application on time. So first, you'll want to go to our webpage, lajf.org/apply, where you can find information on our programs and links to apply to either the Ethical Leadership Experience or Camp Rising Sun. I'll click on this link now to take me to our application portal. Now, your first step will be to create a new account by inputting your first and last name, your email address, as well as your date of birth, the region where you may come from, your grade or level that you're currently in, and the programs that you're interested in applying for, as well as your parent/guardian's information. Because I already have an account, I'm going to go ahead and log in. Now, what you'll see when you first log in is a welcome to our LAJF application portal and links to apply for CRS or TELE. You'll also be able to find information on application deadlines, information on both programs, legacy applications, and second-year applications on this website. Let's start an application for Camp Rising Sun. Here you'll find instructions on how to apply, eligibility rules, and another link. I've already begun some submissions, but I'm going to begin a new one. Now, the program is already selected for me. I'm applying to Camp Rising Sun. You'll see the information again, as well as the dates for each of our sessions. I'm going to apply to session 1. I'm also going to indicate whether I'm interested in also being considered for the ethical leadership experience, which I am. Note that you will have to submit another application for the ethical leadership experience. I have my name already filled in. I'll put in my preferred first name and my date of birth, which must be within our eligible date of birth range for this program. Put in my mobile phone number, as well as my school name. I'll just put in test for most of these for now. And your school country. I'll also put in my parent/guardian's first and last name, their relationship to the applicant, their email address, and phone number. You can also input any additional email addresses you want us to include in our communications with you. I will check yes that I live with my parent and guardian and they do give me permission to apply. Next is the biggest part of this application is the short answer questions. These questions do not have a right or wrong answer or a correct way to interpret them. They are a way for us and the admissions committee to figure out sort of the way you think about your community, yourself, and the world around you. So I'm just going to put in some test answers here, but you should feel free to take your time with this application. These last two questions are optional, but we highly encourage you to answer them anyway. I am not applying from the Netherlands. Here's a question about life at camp. Attending CRS means being away from home for 4 weeks, sleeping outdoors in tents and lean-tos, and being in phone and internet-free environment. So here I would write any questions or concerns I may have about that. Finally is our mini project. This is a mandatory final question in which you are given the option of 3 different questions to showcase your creativity, your community thinking, and your initiative. Please note if you're applying from any of these following countries, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, or Uzbekistan, you must provide a video response. Providing a response in any other format from those countries will result in your application not being considered. So I'm going to select the camp songbook question and write an essay. Now let's click Save and Next. This next part of the application is your candidate reference. This reference should be an adult who knows you well, such as a teacher, guidance counselor, principal, a coach, club leader, religious advisor, etc. Your reference cannot be a member of your family. This reference is due by the application deadline for your region, so make sure you get your application in well ahead of time. So all you need to do here is list the name of your reference and their email address, and then click the Send Request Now button. Our system will automatically send them an email requesting them to fill out a form of recommendation for you. Finally, we have a couple of demographic-based questionnaires, such as what is your gender identity, race and ethnicity, whether you would consider yourself a migrant in your country, how you would describe the accessibility of educational opportunities available to you similar to this program in your country or region, and whether you've encountered any barriers that have limited your access to educational programs in the past. In the last 3 years, have your family participated in any fee-based educational programs for you or your siblings? Admitted campers will pay no tuition to attend our program. However, if you're accepted to CRS, you may be asked to fill out a donation equity worksheet, which will help you get a sense of what might be a reasonable contribution based on your financial position relative to our global community. We recognize the diverse economic backgrounds of our participants, and completing this survey helps each family to consider the amount they wish to contribute. The final part of our application form is just some additional information. So you can indicate whether you attended one of our virtual info sessions. You have an opportunity to tell us anything about yourself that you could not fit in anywhere else in the form. And you also have the opportunity to give some feedback on the application form. So is everything clear? Were you able to find necessary information? Would you change anything? And then maybe some specifications on your feedback. We also would like to know how you learned about Camp Rising Sun. At school, from your teacher, from a friend or family member, online, or somewhere else. Finally, you confirm that the information you have provided in this application is true to the best of your knowledge. At any point, you can go back and change answers to your questions. And when you're finally ready to submit, go ahead and click the Save and Submit button at the bottom right of your screen. Oh, see, I missed a required field. And another required field. We'll ask you if you're sure that you'd like to submit your application now. You cannot make any changes after submitting. So let's just say I'm sure and I want to submit my application now. And there it is. We've received your application, and once we receive your recommendation letter, we will put you under consideration for Camp Rising Sun. Now, I can start a new application for TELE if I would like to be considered for that program as well. And that's it. If you have any questions, we highly encourage you to reach out to us at programs@lajf.org, and we can't wait to read all of your applications.